Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships.
The Happy Hour News Team. Check them out at www.happyhournewsteam.com.
TalesFromThePodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Podcast. I'm JB. There's Ron and Jeff, for some reason, is muted.
Not anymore. I'm not.
No. And
Because during the intro
herself already.
Okay, first off, I just want to say that I have nothing against the show. It's the fact that it's going to take us 2 fucking years to get through it.
Yeah, it is. But I would say I'm sorry, but I'm actually excited to watch all these again. So I'm really not sorry.
With the shitty child actors and all that Canada.
All right, first off, there are some really good actors that got their start here.
Well, okay, the ones in tonight's story, the kids,
okay, they did those
fucking
ones,
abysmal.
Those ones did not, but other kids have.
I mean, later on, Ryan Gosling shows up.
Does he not say a word and just beat people's asses when he's not driving?
He just honks.
Okay.
Right. Was the show actually targeted for 8 to 12-year-olds? One season probably more than enough. But they did way more than that. Mm-hmm. And we're here to let you know. And Trekkipedia says, well,
sorry, Trekkipedia, I'm a Cody crybaby.
Well, there we go. Mm-hmm. So, I guess let's go ahead and jump right into this one, man. We are doing the first episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark from season 1. And it's called The Tale of the Phantom Cab, which, I mean, by all technicalities, is not the first one there.
I mean, if you think first off, for it being called Tale of the Phantom Cab, there was so little Phantom Cab in it.
There was just enough Phantom Cab because I don't know if I'd want much more. I mean,
yeah.
Did you want more Phantom Cab? Was that the problem?
Well, I mean, yeah, I would for it to be called the Tale of the Phantom Cab. I would have liked a little bit more Phantom Cab, or call it something about Dr. or whatever. I mean, it's or hairy middle-aged man in a cabin. The Tale of the Hairy Middle-Aged Man in a Cabin.
That's not something kids would want to watch, though. They don't want to know about the middle-aged man.
But it's on Nickelodeon, so it's okay, right?
Kind of. I mean,
next time we do a poll, I'm putting "You Can't Do That on Television" on it.
I mean, you could have.
I know.
Oh my god. I saw the riddle before the cab killed you on the way back. Yep, there we go. I think that What made Are You Afraid of the Dark such an iconic show? It was the first kids theme horror anthology because most of yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's.
What kid was
The
such a pussy they
first-
couldn't watch Twilight Zone?
I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean,
Bunch
kids
of
these
bitches.
days are pussies. The lead kid from the show is now a meteorologist. I told him. I told you guys he was fucking.
He can still be a fucking young Republican.
I mean, that's true. I've actually heard quite a story. It's kind of going against him being really nice, but I've never met the guy. I really can't say, but I'll say this much: knowing that he's a weatherman, he's also a liar. And
he's also very vain.
Let's see.
They always
This
Google
was
themselves.
First one to include the recurring. Yes, I actually mentioned that earlier. Which fun little fact there. So, anyways, Tale of the Phantom Cab, and this one originally aired. What is it? 92. We are looking at August 15th of 1992.
I was too old for this show when it first came out.
I was 4 when it first came out.
I was 13.
Well, I still think it's good. So this right here was actually directed by. I say you might not realize he's famous, but somebody that everybody's seen a lot of his work. This is directed by Ron Oliver. I'm not sure if that sounds familiar to any of you. No?
No.
Okay. Well, to give you an idea, I mean, he's directed like 90 fucking things out there. A lot of kids stuff though, but well, first off, he did a ton of in his later years here of like Hallmark type movies. But he ended up doing like Something Evil Comes, Harriet the Spy.
I hope it cleaned up after.
Maybe. A Dennis the Menace Christmas. Degrassi, The Next Generation.
That Harriet the Spy was at the one with Michelle Trachtenberg?
I don't know. I've never watched any of those movies.
No, the reason I bring it up is because I'm currently doing a binge on King of the Hill. And we all know Toby Huss. We all know Toby Huss has a big part to play in the voice cast on that. And he was already the strongest man in the world on Pete and Pete. And Michelle Trachtenberg showed up and she was on Pete and Pete. So it's kind of like, I'm just tying everything together.
Right.
Pete and Pete's a great show too.
It is. Let's see. He did the Nightmare Room, Police Academy, the series. He did the Goosebumps. He did the '90s New Addams Family. He directed quite a bit of Animorphs, The Hardy Boys, Flash Forward, The Secret World of Alex Mack.
Hey, Meredith Bishop.
A lot of Canadian
Meredith Bishop
stuff.
is fucking hot.
Prom Night 3. I mean, I didn't say all it was good, but I mean, he's done a lot of fucking work. He did a lot of fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark, though, too. One of the writers, who's basically one of the writers for almost every fucking episode at some point, at least, even if he's uncredited, he's been on record talking about how he's at least made his own little changes to everything. And creator of the show itself is DJ McHale and Ned Candell, which they're mostly known for this. I think DJ's done a lot of books nowadays. And then Ron's favorite actor of this episode, Sean Vertigo.
Who the hell was that?
Buzz.
The young kid or the older one? Because the younger one is the one. Oh yeah, he annoyed the fuck out of me. I wanted them to die.
It's
ew, cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. He was in The Mouth of Madness.
Did he get swallowed up by the Mouth of Madness?
I don't know. I don't even remember watching The Mouth of Madness.
It's a good movie.
I know I've seen it, but I can't even remember it.
The one with Sam
But-
Neill?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I
It's
remember
fantastic.
like putting it on, but I don't remember the movie. I remember the case more than anything. It could very well be something I've tried to watch and then fallen asleep to a bunch of times.
Oh, like me with the original Suspiria?
Oh my god. Maybe I've watched that one so fucking much too. I actually like that one.
Mhm.
Um,
I do. I'm a huge fan of that one.
We got Jason Tremblay as Denny.
That's the one I wonder if he's related to J.P. Tremblay from Trailer Park Boys.
I don't know. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't even really have a bio.
He was in an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? The end.
Well, it shows
Gunshot noise.
It's funny. Here's his bio right on IMDb. Jason Tremblay is known for Power Rangers 2017, Night Hunter 2018, and Are You Afraid of the Dark 1990. Just think about that.
Wow.
Like that's a pretty big jump within quality there. But I mean, he's done quite a bit of crap. Most of what he's done is crap. I'm just gonna be honest about it. I mean, he fucking went 21 years. Wait, oh no, my bad. No, 21 years before getting into a movie. So he went from Are You Afraid of the Dark in 1990 to his next role being in 2011. And in 2011, it was a TV movie called Last Chance Casting. And he played an auditioner. So I'm not sure if he actually got the role or if he just auditioned for it. But he was in that. I mean, then we got Brian Dooley in this as Flynn. I don't know what else he was really in. I mean, The Boys of St. Vincent. I mean, it looks like a bunch of fucking Canadian shit. Fudgy Wudgy Fudge Face.
What the fuck?
That's a real fucking show.
That is something we need to do now. We need to do that.
Fudgy Wudgy Fudge Face. I mean, it looks really bad.
I mean, we did Thunderpants. We can do Fudgy Wudgy Fudge
I
Face.
mean, you're not wrong. We did do Thunderpants, and we made Chuck watch it. Somebody who hates the British and fart jokes. I mean, he's actually done a lot.
Wait, Trekkopedia, is that really what's going on? Are Luscious Jackson keeping Pete and Pete from being on Paramount Plus? Because fuck those broads if that's the case.
I don't know. Maybe.
No yawning, JP.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, whatever. I don't
Sorry we were a little late.
Huh?
I told everybody, folks, sorry we were a little late. It's all JB's fault.
It is. I fucking fell asleep. But
Me
I
and,
mean,
me and Jeff were just like, so do you know where he is? Do you know?
nobody even tried to fucking call me.
Well, he just assumed.
Josh Nealis. Sadly, I was afraid of the dark. Never watched this show. Well, I wasn't. I watched this show all the fucking time. So, I mean, as far as the main cast, though, and everything, that's basically it for the episode. We also get our reoccurring character of Dr. Fink in this episode, played by Aaron Tager. I believe passed away just a few years ago. Yeah, 2019.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he's somebody also that I think a lot of people realize like who he is when you go and look him up, but he was in X-Men.
Who do you play in X-Men?
Emke? He was in Goon,
I haven't seen Goon.
Cybergeddon, Lost Girl, The Echo, Masters of Horror, Lobster Tail, Jane and the Dragon, At the Hotel, Kojak. I'm just naming off ones that I've personally heard of. I mean, some of these I just
He was in the very first X-Men movie.
yeah. Salem Witch Trials movie. Did some Monk. Ron, well, your favorite movie? He was in 10,000 Black Men Named George.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I know who he was in the first X-Men movie.
Who was he?
When Logan is in the cage fighting at that
Uh-huh.
like bar or whatever, I think he's the MC that's announcing everybody
Oh.
when they're doing the fighting at that bar or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think that's him.
Hold on. He was Cranky Kong in Donkey Kong Country.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice.
I mean, for all you video game fans and cartoon fans. All right. He was in Universal Soldier series as John Devereaux.
Because there's something
Oh.
that needed to be made. Just like
I
a
only
Crow
ever saw
series.
the first one.
He
Just
was
like
in
a Crow series.
Trilogy of Terror 2. Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde.
Ooh.
I mean, Monster Force, Highlander, The Final Dimension, Warriors. I mean, this guy has a way better fucking streak than most. I mean,
He voiced a character in 4 episodes of the Silver Surfer cartoon.
Oh, wow. That amazing thing?
maybe. I mean,
Before we go on, can I ask you both real quick
No.
what your thoughts are on the first images from the Crow remake? Because I know, JV, you're a huge Crow fan.
I have my issues.
The fact that he looks like Jared Leto's Joker?
The tattoos.
Yeah. The mullet.
The mole is not that.
It's a
Have you
hipster
read
mullet.
have you? But
Oh, no. He had a mullet in the comic, but it was a rock star mullet.
it's a little bit different. Yes,
This mullet's a hipster mullet.
yeah, but I mean, I see what you're saying, but the mullet part of it, I mean, that in general doesn't bother me as much as the tattoos. I mean, he has a very iconic look, and man, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it because I really think of a lot of modern actors out there that I do have faith that Bill Skarsgård would be a good Eric Draven. I think he's a good actor. I think he can play that role. The appearance, I'm just not very fond of at the moment.
Now, if they're going by the comic and not the if this isn't a film remake, there's no Top Dollar, because in the comic, isn't T-Bird the villain, like the main villain?
I mean,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Michael Wincott was so
I don't
good.
know what they're gonna do.
Bang, cough, fuck, I'm dead.
I will tell you this much: the week of June 7th, I will be watching that one in the theater.
Me too.
There's not very many movies and very many series I will go out and watch like that.
I'm going to go
Crow,
see the
though,
Ghostbusters in the theater.
I don't know if I want to. I mean,
I have a feeling they're going to kill Bill Murray because he wants out.
I got a feeling Bill Murray just might die on set.
Well, the film's already done, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they probably got reshoots. Wouldn't that be some shit? Bill Murray dies in the reshoots for a fucking Ghostbuster movie. JB called it.
Well, Limp Bizkit called the current climate today. Everything, everybody,
Like the
everything,
weather?
everything. No, like the political climate. Everything is fucked and everybody sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks, Frederick Durst.
I do want to say I saw those pictures of Skarsgård as the new Eric Draven, and I just look at it as they want to appeal to as many people as possible for a modern audience. So it's going to look like a bunch of people were saying, oh, I'm getting SoundCloud rapper vibes. I'm getting this, I'm getting that. Jared Leto's Joker. I'm like, yeah, but everyone also said Heath Ledger could never play the Joker. He's just that guy who was in that cowboy movie about gay sex.
Well, I
and
mean,
all this.
he can't.
Here's the thing, though.
He
Hey,
did
now.
one time, but he can't do it again.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
You're the ghost of
The
the
majority
Joker.
of people who shit on Heath Ledger as a casting choice for the Joker walked away with their tail between their legs going, damn, he's actually really fucking good. So I'd say hold on to your hatred. Don't hate watch the
Oh no,
movie and be like,
he's
I'm
not
not
hating
saying
on
you.
Skarsgård. No, but
No.
but I don't hate on.
What I'm-
I think Skarsgård's good too, but it's
Right.
his appearance is very jarring.
Right.
What
But
I'm
I mean,
getting at
there's
is
issues with Brandon Lee's crow too, because his hair is not Eric Draven. He has issues with in the comic as well as far as the appearance goes. He's not a dead ringer.
Yeah, but he's closer. He's closer than Skarsgård is. Skarsgård looks like Post Malone died and a crow brought him back.
the thing
I
see
mean, I
is,
think
though,
people
so many
fucking forget what he looks like.
people are immediately basing their opinion on the movie they haven't seen on a look, and I'm like, there's no guarantee though that these images of how he looks here are how he's going to look after he dies and resurrects with the crow powers or whatever. It could be complete. He could not have the tattoos. It could change. We don't know.
Well, in the comic, he's wearing all black, so it could be covered up.
Yeah.
No.
I
mean, he's got a couple of face
He
tattoos.
has a lot of fucking shirtless scenes.
Does he? Oh Christ.
My thing is, it's like, okay, you can look at it and say whether you like or dislike the appearance, but I see people going, I'm going to skip this movie based on that. I'm like, well, then you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
You can't make up your mind on a movie based on a couple of photos of how someone looks.
Right.
Like, I hated the look of Jared Leto's Joker. I still went and saw Suicide Squad and made my opinion that way.
I still haven't seen Suicide Squad because of that.
Let's put it this way:
No,
the Suicide Squad by James Gunn is far better than.
Oh, it's so much better. And knowing that he is writing and directing the Superman movie makes me feel far more okay about it. And they started production on that. And they changed the title. It's not Superman Legacy anymore.
Really?
It's just
it's
Superman.
called The Return of Dean Cain.
Okay.
Oh,
Republiman.
Oh, that's right. The 30th anniversary 4K Crow edition's coming out too.
Yeah, I have so many versions of the Crow. I really don't know if that's something.
Did you purposely go and grab your trade?
Yeah.
I will say this. His
appearance does change throughout. Not like a lot, but it does.
I saw somebody commenting on the look of Skarsgård, and they posted a picture of Edward Furlong's version of the Crow, and they said, "Look, we've had it a lot worse before."
Well, here's the thing that bothers me.
It's not the worst thing that happened to the Crow.
About the Edward Furlong version is that David Boreanaz is in it, and he should have been in City of Angels.
What bothers me is that Edward Furlong still gets work.
Okay, one person got that joke. No, one person got my David Boreanaz joke. One person. What is wrong with you people?
You spiked the punchline.
All right, here we go. This right here is a really good one to show everybody what Eric Draven was really like.
A ballerina?
He liked to dance, and he had a cat.
Was the cat's name Gabriel?
But look, I mean,
the
Brandon Lee.
The lean, muscular look Skarsgård has for sure.
What?
No, Skarsgård 100% has that look.
Yeah. So they've given him the tattoos. I mean, if you think about it, if they're making him a modern day musical artist, then it does fall in line. I mean, unless they were going to go for a period piece back as to when the Crow that comic was originally set, then I could see it looking more like the comic. And in some respects, you kind of have to change some things.
Right.
Can't rain all the time.
Shut up. See, I think, because I don't know about you, but like all the images I see, you don't even get to see the full view of his hair.
We've seen a side profile where we see that it's kind of shaved and in the mullet, and then we see the full on with him like putting a coat on.
Right.
And that's all I've seen. It's like there's two images.
And in the reality of those images are that the hair might be fine. It's the tattoos that kind of bugged me there. And
I can understand that, but you're not sitting there going, well, those tattoos tune me out. I'm not going to go see the movie. Fuck it. It's going to be the biggest piece of shit ever. Like I've seen people say it. I'm like,
Those people are dumb.
Just
Before
relax.
we get back into Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have one question, and we can all answer.
7.
It was going to be: do you think that this Crow version will have a better soundtrack than the '93 version?
No, I don't think that they can make better soundtracks than they did then.
That soundtrack is fucking almost perfect.
I mean, you got so fucking many good songs on that song. One of my favorite Cure songs is on there. I'm a huge Cure fan.
Yep.
But I mean, that is such just. It'd be a hard one to top, and I don't know what they would do. I would almost think it would be cool if they just used the same soundtrack.
Oh Jesus!
Like I don't even want them to update that.
Hey, let's just throw my life with the Thrill Kill Cult in this movie, and nobody will know who the fuck they are.
Well, like I mean, yeah, probably.
I mean, I've only seen the movie, I think, twice.
You know what
And
made
that
the movie
was-
better though? A Phantom
Yeah.
Cab.
That's true. That is true. You know what else would have made it better? If we would have got more 9 Inch Nails doing Joy Division covers.
I think it would have been better if we actually had the scene with Michael Berryman.
I agree. May also add world's nicest guy.
Seems like it. I hear Doug Jones is super nice too.
I don't know. Michael,
From the
our good
stories
friend
I've heard about
Sally.
both,
Yeah.
I think they're both on the same level. And it's like, do you really exist? You're so nice. Like, do you exist?
I'll
on
leave it
this
at
planet?
this, right?
'Cause
I talked to Berryman. He thought it was too loud where we were. So he took me to his private room, his hotel room.
And then he
to-
only raped you.
No, to do like an interview. And keep in mind this is in the middle of a convention. He stops what he's doing. Like I will never say a bad word about that dude.
What's
That dude
what's
is
his
such a
character's
nice guy.
name? So what was his character's name in the comic?
Oh, I can't remember.
He was like the skeleton cowboy or something.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's actually
And is he Eric's guide or something? Or I forget. It's been a long time.
You think of his name right now. It's not in the. It's you get more of it in the. You don't get a lot of them to begin with,
Okay.
but no. Anyways, are you afraid of the dark?
I am.
Yes. All right, so that's basically the cast and crew minus the Midnight
Skull Cowboy.
Society themselves. As far as the Midnight Society goes, we got motherfucker, right off the bat.
I think we need Ernie
Jason-
Hudson in a canoe.
Ali Sharan plays Frank. Ross Hall plays Gary. Rachel Blanchard plays Kirsten. Nathaniel Moreau plays David. Rain Pear Cowell plays Betty Ann. Jacob Tierney plays Eric. Jody Restler plays Kiki. Yeah. And I will also say that not very many of them grew up to do great things. But
Yeah, Rachel Blanchard kind of did.
yeah, she's done quite a bit. She's one of those where you see her, you're like, oh, her.
Yeah.
no, well, yeah. All right, so there we go with the cast and crew. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff. Who wants to do like our little beginning and ending as parts of it with the Midnight Society? Figure we'll divide this out right now, live on the air.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, so the Midnight Society is gathered as they do. We get this little bit of backstory that they're all from different schools. They have different groups of friends, but what brings them together are the stories that they tell as the Midnight Society. The dark brings them together. And one of them, I can't remember which one it is bringing a potential new member to join. Blindfolded and walked through the woods.
I saw movies start this way.
The initiation is
That was the first time that Ron got took to Epstein Island was the same way.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's true. It's true. It's very true.
He had to see a very stable genius when he was there.
Uh-huh.
The second time was
lot
much
of Diet
different.
Coke. Lot of Diet Coke. It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
And a Big Mac.
That's how I feed. That's how I feed people who win college games. I bring them. I bring them Wendy's with their surge pricing.
They came back against that, saying that they were going to be discounted pricing.
Bullshit.
Well, that's what they say.
Well, they can. They're full of shit.
Yeah.
I will check my
mean-
Wendy's app every day. I'll let you know next week.
Yes, I did get tickled, so I couldn't trump.
So as we
That's
see,
also
there's
why he got kicked off the island.
I
I
just couldn't stop laughing when I saw Trump's dick.
or lack thereof.
That's why. Look, I do magical things with my fingers. That's why I'm constantly moving them. I'm working them out for when I pretend with Melania that this is a penis.
Don't you mean Mercedes?
Sure.
Mhm.
And David's right there.
And Elisa Cuthbert. She's so hot, and the girl next door.
All right, go
Don't
ahead.
get that confused with the Jack Ketchum, the girl next door.
Oh God, no! God, no! Or the
They are
woman.
very different movies.
Or the woman. Have you seen the woman?
I have not seen the woman, but I know the story. Oof, yeah.
Have you seen JB yawning?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So anyway, we have one of the members of the Midnight Society is bringing a prospective new member named Frank. And in order for him to join,
That'll
he
be
has to
Padlin.
tell a story, and then it has to be approved by them at the end. Thus, he gets into the story of the Tale of the Phantom Cab. Now, do you want me to go ahead and do the wrap up at the end
Oh, we'll
and
get
all the
to that at
segments?
end.
Or
I do
Okay.
have a quick question, guys.
Mhm.
Before we let anybody else join our little group or have a guest on, should we make them tell us a story?
Only
And then-
if they can
And
keep
we have
the,
to give
the-
them a thumbs up or a thumbs down if they
Now,
get
my
approved.
question is after the camera stopped rolling, where did all those thumbs go? They didn't show the other part of the initiation.
Oh, I
Well,
mean,
he took his blindfold off, so it was
it's
over.
Canada.
You're already in, Sally. You don't need to get a story ready.
No, don't tell her
I
that.
just
Okay,
want to
you
know
need to get a story ready.
who has the ability to have a fire pit and a bag and like a bag of coffee creamer handy to toss on the fire.
It's gotta be.
Nickelodeon Studios.
It's gotta be French vanilla.
I was thinking like hazelnut or something, but French vanilla works.
I mean, powder. It's. It's
I mean, it was
probably just
powdered
called
coffee creamer they use because
You know what I mean? It's not. It's probably not flavored.
You know what, Sally? Just throw it like you're trying to throw it on the fire and put it into like some aluminum foil that you have curled up, and then you can just dump it back in.
Creamer. You're gonna tell me you can't waste powdered creamer like that?
See, what you do is you put your coffee cup next to the fire, and then you toss the creamer into the
cup.
fire, but you get some in the cup at the same
Yep,
time.
there
What
you
the fuck's
go.
wrong with you to even need creamer? Are you a coffee drinker?
Hey, when
Or-
I drink coffee, I like some cream. I like some coffee with my cream and sugar.
I like flavored coffees, and I like adding creamer to it. So
See, exactly there.
yeah, powdered
Yes.
creamer is not really.
Actually, it's one of the things that I do need to mention too. Also about this episode is we don't get the real intro to "Are You Afraid of the Dark" yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is one of the few that have this intro on it. I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, it is one of those weird things. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. So go ahead, one of you guys.
I'll continue, or do you want me to start on the actual story itself?
Well, why don't you go with the story, Ron?
Okay, so Buzz and Woody are out in the woods, and they're looking for Andy's house, and they're lost. And what was the older brother's name?
Well, clearly it's Woody.
Okay, well, let's just call him Woody. Fuck him. So
Denny.
they're what? Kenny?
Denny.
Denny.
Denny. Oh, so good, Denny.
He's a grand slam of a brother.
Yes, yeah.
Jason Tremblay.
He
Tremblay.
Denny. So Denny and his brother Buzz, whose parents hate them apparently, and they're out in the woods and they think that they're lost, but Buzz continues to say, "No, we're fine," and turns out that this dumbass has been pointing the fucking compass at his belt buckle the whole time. So it looks like they're going south, but they're really going like northeast or something. And then they run across Flynn, the weirdo who just walks around in a bomber jacket with a hat turned up, like he's straight out of an episode of Happy Days. Yes, just like that. And he walks them to Dr. Vink house, and he talks about how he loves riddles and like, riddle me this, what am I going to put inside your tiny butts? But he's like, if you answer my riddle, you can call your parents. If not, you've got to leave. So he gives them the riddle. What is it? What's lighter than air, can be seen by the naked eye, and if you put it in a barrel, it makes the barrel lighter. And they can't get it, so he sends them on their merry way unless they can leave a sample. To which I immediately thought, well, he's going to hand them one of those cups that you come in at the sperm bank. But he
Is
means
that how they do it, Ron?
I think so. I don't give my precious goo to anybody. This is my white worm medicine. Thank you.
How do you take it?
I don't take it. I give it when someone's earning. Me giving my precious sticky stuff is so, it's kind of like Elaine on Seinfeld when she needed the right contraceptive. So it's, if you know that, yeah.
So you don't just unload your liquid creamer into anyone's coffee.
That's right. So anyway,
They usually have to ask first.
They have to beg. Are you fucking kidding me? All this amazingness. So anyway, he sends them on their way and to get a what do you call, like, to catch a cab. And they get in the cab, and it turns out that it's Flynn, and he's been dead for 40 years. And the hand that they saw back there was his. And they're about to hit the same tree he did back 40 years ago. But then the little curmudgeonly fucknut finally answers the riddle with the answer, it's a hole. Sorry to spoil it, kids.
I mean, it's so old by now, it's okay.
When you do your Edward Nygma cosplay. But it's so they are thrown from the cab. A ranger comes and picks them up and takes them back to civilization, or to his ranger station to watch grown men wrestle naked.
He does whatever rangers do.
Yeah, he fucks with. Yes, it is. You do need an adult with this Nick at Night porn description.
I mean,
and that's where we go back to Jeff.
So there is one cut back to the Midnight Society during the story when they are unable to answer the riddle about the barrel. The kids all are debating, well, wait a minute. You can't have an unsolvable riddle in the story. And they're all debating, and finally the lead guy goes, well, maybe it is solvable. We just don't have the answer yet. And the kid who's wanting to join says, maybe you should all just be quiet and let me finish the story. So we have that. We cut back to the story. We get to the end, as Ron mentioned. We come back to the wraparound, and it's, we're going to find out the fate of Frank, the new kid trying to become part of the Midnight Society. So they go around and do their vote, and they say, look, thumbs up, he's in. Thumbs down, he's out. And the vote has to be unanimous. Well, as we can all tell, they all voted thumbs down, and Frank was thoroughly executed by being... No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
They all voted thumbs up, and he became a part of the Midnight Society. They removed his blindfold.
And now it's time for the orgy.
It's not a Stephen King written thing. Jesus.
Oh, well then what the fuck?
Well, Yeah, that basically is the end of the episode there too.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Mhm.
Yes.
Do you think that they really liked Frank's story, or do they needed a little diversity?
Like
A little
like,
more diversity. I mean, they did have one. They do have one black girl there.
no, I don't know if she was black. She seemed more Samoan. So
Well, whatever she might
I'm
be.
pretty sure she was just tan.
I think she's probably from the bloodline. I was waiting for her to exactly. I was waiting
wait,
for her
wait.
to acknowledge Roman Reigns.
I got to do it this way.
Yeah, He did that at first, and then he realized he was fucking up, and he put his thumb in because he's a fucking idiot.
I saw him do it again last night.
Yeah,
I
and then
saw
he
the
put his
image
finger
from
in.
it, and I was like,
Yeah,
like,
no, he ends up
what?
putting his thumb back in like an
Oh.
idiot.
He should just be doing this then if he's going to do finger guns.
Exactly.
Ah.
I like the idea of doing just finger guns all the time.
Yes, the buddy Jesus.
We should bring that out back. So I have a question for you guys. With this being the first time for us going to do a TV show, which is also a kids show from the early '90s, how would you rate this episode? I'm going to tell you right now, just to start it off, that me personally, I do enjoy this show. This episode on IMDb does have a 7.2 out of 10. And I mean, which is a fairly decent score. And it's not like 1, 2, 3, votes out here. There's 1.1 thousand. So a decent chunk of people have voted for this. I would say personally, I'd give it like a good 6.5. This is a little bit better than the middle of the road episode. It's a fun episode. It's an easy episode. I think also anytime we get Aaron Tager on screen, it's always fun. Dr. Vink, especially as far as Are You Afraid of the Dark goes, he's one of the staples of the show, in my opinion. But that's kind of where I sit on it. What about you guys?
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with the 6.5. I think it's better than average. It's a nice introduction. It wasn't something so scary that the kids wouldn't want to come back next week. But it also
Right.
has that element of terror to it that was if you're in Canada and you don't have access to like things like movies and you have to watch something on TV, this will suffice until you can actually see Gremlins.
Right now, with that being said, though, this was also not the first episode to air. This is the first episode in season 1, but the first episode to actually air was The Tale of the Twisted Claw, which aired like a year prior as a Halloween special.
Yes, Ron did enjoy this episode more than any of the Leprechaun movies.
Yeah. And David, do you like the Are You Afraid of the Dark theme? We don't get the theme song in this episode.
Nope.
I don't know if you guys remember the theme or it's just me, but I will tell you, as far as my own thing, I do like the theme.
See, I'm still waiting to hear the theme that was the one that's more common. Because, like I said, I never watched it. So this is my first introduction to this series. But I was reading up, and I do know that the pilot, which was, what would you say, the Tale of the Twist, or the Twisted Tale?
Was that like a
Twisted
Monkey
Claw?
Paw episode, basically?
Tale of the Twisted Claw. Yeah.
Tale of the Twisted Claw. I know that aired as like a Halloween special, like the year prior or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the season started, and then this ended up being first episode of season 1.
Because for the record, the Simpsons for Treehouse of Horror did a Monkey's Paw episode, and it was fantastic. And we could be watching that. But no!
You're welcome.
A little dry. Oh,
I mean,
the turkey's a little dry.
Let me just go ahead and throw it out there, too, that this show didn't have 1 or 2 votes for winning the poll. We're talking a good 10 to 15% difference between each show.
Yeah.
Like this right here definitely had a very, very unanimous lead. Just like how Frank got in, so did this show come into being part of our schedule. So, all right, Jeff, did you give your rating on it?
He did not.
No, I'm going to, if that's okay now.
No, it's not.
No, we're in the show.
Episode's done. Yeah.
No, I'm right there
And with
you
that,
guys.
the crypt is closed. No, I'm joking.
Since I've only got one arm.
I'm right there with you guys. Same 6.5. I mean, yeah, the acting's a little like but it's still fun. The story is still pretty good, and I can see if I watched this around that time, I'd be like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. This is kind of fun." I don't think I would have been scared because of my age, but I would have enjoyed what it was. So, yeah, definitely a 6.5. I'm looking forward to other episodes because I'm sure the quality, maybe like Tales from the Crypt, kind of goes up and down throughout. There are going to be ones that are better than others, but
Well, I
You know,
mean, the
yeah.
thing that scared me more about Nickelodeon at that time was Nick Arcade and how shitty those people were at video
First
games.
off, this aired on Nickelodeon. Yes, it was not released by Nickelodeon.
mm-mm.
So there is a very big difference there, just so you realize that. Because this show was originally done by, what's the name of the company?
Tim Hortons.
The Sinair. So I believe is the name of them. It was on like white. It aired originally on Canadian television network YTV. Yeah, so it definitely was picked up by Nickelodeon, but it wasn't technically a Nickelodeon release.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
They
that.
probably just bought the American rights so they could air it because they saw it was going to be popular in Canada. So, like, why don't we put it down here and just have it on Nickelodeon? We'll get the rights to it.
Right. The Rumpelstiltskin plot was very Disney for kids shows about a 4. As for being scary, it's about the scariest Batman figure out the There we go.
He would know.
Is he Canadian?
Yes.
So this right here is probably something that it's a little home for him. He's probably a fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark? I mean, you guys got that and Bare Naked Ladies?
Trailer Park Boys, thank you very
Trailer
much.
Park Boys?
Rush.
Like Rush Hour?
Bret
No,
Hart.
Bret Hart. Owen Hart.
Well, not anymore.
Name redacted.
I believe by name redacted you mean Chris, the Pegasus Kid.
Chris who?
Yes. You better claim TPB, motherfucker.
Hold on. The important question though, do you claim Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Hold on, guys. I gotta take this. It's my dad.
He doesn't have to take it. He's just pretending. That's all it is. It's a joke. He doesn't even. He's like, this is my dad. And he fucking goes and lowers himself. It's like, shit, I don't fucking give a fuck about this. I didn't watch it. I was a Goosebumps kid. Oh, wow. Well, for those who did not watch it and maybe want to watch it with us, you can join our Patreon and get access to our Discord channel where we watch every episode right before we go live. So, say the 1 hour and a little over or whatever, a little under, a little over, isn't enough for you and you just want an extra 22 to 24 minutes watching a show with 3 guys that are too old to be watching children's shows. Like we give our live commentary on them as well and making fun of shit.
Making questionable jokes about a children's show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right. You hear the things that are said live. Imagine
You
the
shouldn't
things
be
that aren't
shocked.
heard.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the things you don't hear. All right, because I'll tell you right now, that could be a very interesting thing for people. And not
We'll
to
have
mention, there is
such
going to be
jokes to tell you.
there is going to be something that comes out sooner or later, which is in the progress of being made. It is a Tale from the Podcast video game, and that is going to be available to be purchased by being a member over on the Patreon as well.
Get
Which
your controllers out.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be so fucking fun. I've been watching it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the battles are not what you would think between every character. So I will leave it at that. And there was a nightclub scene that I got switched into a strip club scene because we thought it would be funny.
And when is it coming out? I didn't hear.
We don't have an official release date, but I'll tell you right now, it's moving fast, and I will have to tell you guys about the other extra battle that's being taken place.
Would you say it's
Oh,
moving
boy.
about as fast as a Phantom Cab?
Yeah. So before we go, I want to remind everybody, go to talesfromthepodcast.com, buy this comic book, or don't, and you can go fuck yourself. All the cool kids have it.
I have 4 copies.
You do.
I have it.
He does. So Jeff, let's go down with Skewered Universe. What you got going on over there, buddy?
Oh, absolutely nothing. We're not doing shit. No, as you know,
There you go. You heard it here. Skewered Universe, not doing shit.
So, Skewered Universe, we just wrapped up First Watch February, which we had our friends Paul and his wife Mary. Paul does the Strange Highways podcast where they go through every episode of The Twilight Zone. We had him on and we talked about the 1997 Satoshi Kon film, Perfect Blue, which was really fucking amazing. I highly recommend you guys go listen to that episode and then go watch Perfect Blue. Yeah, so you can go check that out. Links to everything are over at talesfromthepodcast.com to find my show.
There you go.
And there was an episode before that was really good too. I forgot who was on though.
Pontypool.
Yes, that's a good movie.
With this guy down here. This guy.
Yes.
Yeah, we brought that up the last episode.
That guy.
Yeah, but I wasn't here.
He wasn't here, so he wants to plug it again. Yeah,
Exactly.
So go listen to all 3 episodes. We released the menu. We did Pontypool with Ron, and then Perfect Blue with Paul and Mary.
Don't
So
go
go check
any
those out.
further back than those, though. You're only allowed to watch the last 3 episodes.
Don't listen to the one about Terrifier with Chuck Nasty because
actually that one was pretty fun.
you would say that.
So, all right. So, next week we will be diving into another episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
And I won't be here.
Are you serious?
Yes. I've told you the dates I won't be here.
I understand that, but I do want to let you know that you are going to be missing one of the best episodes.
You know I can watch it on my own.
You can, but you probably won't.
You don't know that.
You're right. I don't, but I'm assuming.
And you know I have stuff going on too, and you just went completely past me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You asked him what's going on in Skewered Universe. You didn't ask me what I have going on.
Didn't I?
No.
I skipped over you.
Oh, whatever. I guess.
Ron, go for it.
I am waiting on Josie to finish up the art for sale. It's moving along very quickly, and it's looking amazing. And I am about halfway-ish done with the first issue of Surviving Sandwich, which is about a sentient grilled cheese sandwich who is looking for love in the first issue. As things go forward, it's going, and if Jeff was going to make a weird noise, he's muted. And as issues go forward, there's going to be parodies of superhero stuff. Like there's going to be like a Wonder Woman parody, and it's a piece of bread, and their name is Wonder Bread. So be prepared for me to get sued.
I can see that. About time. You deserve it.
Yep. And I think Wonder Bread is the issue that Sally's looking forward to a lot.
Well, I'm happy Sally knows how to read.
She does.
Awesome. All right. Is there anything else?
Just check out I'mUncleRon.com. Sign up for the newsletter so you get all sorts of updates. After here, I'm going to be streaming Zombie Army Trilogy. So,
oh my god, that sounds horrible.
Well, it's not exactly the best game, but it's Nazi zombies. So I can't keep killing Nazis in Wolfenstein because I played those games like 18 times. So I have to find different outlets for my rage. So while I feel bad killing the zombies, I don't feel bad killing the Nazi zombies.
Fair enough. All right, well, I guess to jump into it, our next episode next week that we're going to be talking about another Ron Oliver joint.
What is he, Spike Lee?
Yeah.
Is this Do the Right Dark?
No.
Okay, yeah, no. Take that, rewind it, scratch that.
No, you guys all heard it. So the next episode we will be doing
Wow.
is the Tale of Laughing in
Are
the
you afraid of the
Dark,
right thing?
which I will also say is our introduction to a character that gets talked about in later episodes. He's not really a recurring character, but that is Zebo the Clown, probably one of the most iconic figures of the
Could he
series.
beat up Art?
Oh yeah. I mean, Art's basically a bitch compared to Zebo.
Sally, I hope you're still not here.
Yeah. I mean,
I
potato,
know not
potato,
of this.
right?
I know not of this Zebo, but I know of Art.
You don't know Zebo?
I know not of this Zebo.
I know not of this Zebo.
Well,
Wasn't he the
See, honestly,
villain
the
in
most
Friday?
the most terrifying clown in history has got to be Ronald McDonald. I mean,
Isn't
Over
he's
Zebo?
killed more children.
Isn't-
He's
isn't
killed
Zebo-
more children than anyone.
Isn't Zebo the bad guy in Friday?
Debo.
Oh, sorry. Because whenever I think about a clown now, I put all my jewelry in my pocket.
you guys really like you don't know who Zebo the Clown is, Jeff?
No, I told you I've not seen this show.
I've seen
at
a
all.
bunch of these episodes, but it was always when it was in syndication. I never watched like original airings. So
The only one I saw had something to do with a swimming pool, and I can't tell you any more than that.
I remember that episode. That was probably one of the episodes I've seen the most.
Oh, we'll get there. That's in later seasons.
Oh, we'll get there.
We will. All right. Well, anybody else have anything to add before I close
JB
this
just
out?
came when you mentioned it.
Oh, I came.
Oh, we'll get there. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Just make sure them red guys get through what they're doing.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm having fun.
All
There's a
right.
red versus blue filter and voice mod, so I was like, what the hell? Why not?
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining in. Thanks everyone for watching. Next week, some more Are You Afraid of the Dark? Remember, check out our Discord channel. You can find all that shit at talesfromthepodcast.com. Scroll down, find our Patreon.
Support
us
the
a
show. Get
dollar,
access to the
something.
Discord.
Boom,
mean,
bitch.
All the cool kids are doing it. Like,
You can join our Discord for the pre-show watches and get a little behind-the-scenes peek at how we are when we're not live on camera.
yeah.
It's worse.
I mean, Ron is.
I am.
Ron is. The rest of us probably get a little bit more tame.
Bullshit.
Okay. Jeff does.
I'm way more X-rated when I'm not on camera.
Yeah, when he's not on camera, his dick is just out.
Right. Yes, that's pretty
Skeet,
rough.
skeet, skeet. Oh, Rich.
All right. Let's get out of here. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.